Yo, what is going on, everyone? Thank you for joining me for another manga chapter review, and in today's video we're going to be going ahead and taking a look at the brand new chapter for Jujutsu Kaisen, chapter 214, titled Cursed Womb Under Heaven, Part 6. And man, guys, has it been a while since I made a video. Now listen, I can explain. So I recently have gotten a new job and everything has been thrown out of whack. My job schedule, my schooling, just life in general has really sort of been out of whack for the past couple of months. So that's why it's been a little bit difficult for me to record a video and sort of structure videos on the channel. But listen, I have good news. I am back for good. I'm not going to be taking another break, and I will be having multiple videos for you guys in the upcoming week. So you guys definitely want to stay tuned for that. I'm going to be doing a theory video on both Black Clover as well as Chainsaw Man. So I'm going to be officially introducing Chainsaw Man onto the channel starting this week. So if you guys do like Chainsaw Man, definitely make sure you subscribe and pay attention for that video, because it's going to be a really good video. Because I have been, while I have not been on YouTube for a little while, I have been jotting down ideas for videos I want to do for when I return. So now I have a lot of video ideas for you guys. So with that being said, guys, if you guys are new to the channel and like anime and manga related content, please consider sticking around and subscribing. And if you liked today's video, go ahead and drop a like and let me know what you guys thought of the chapter and what do you guys think is going to happen in the next chapter. I always love reading your guys' comments. But with all that out of the way, guys, let's just go ahead and dive straight into the chapter. Getting straight into chapter 214, we are greeted to a panel of the newly awakened Sukuna within Megumi's body. Transforming into a creature, he then takes advantage of Kurusu's kind human nature and is able to trick her and bite her arm off. Now throwing her paralyzed body off the building, Yuji looks on at the chaos now transpiring before him. Yuji witnessing Kurusu's presumed death, he goes after Sukuna. With Sukuna being surprised to see Yuji, he asks him, "Still here, huh?" Filled with rage, Yuji propels himself forward at Sukuna. With Sukuna now being pushed back by Yuji's attack, he asks himself, where did this strength come from? Yuji and Sukuna spiraling into an awesome fight scene. Yuji attempts to blindside Sukuna but is unsuccessful as Sukuna counters and creates some breathing room for himself. With Sukuna making an interesting comment, he says that Kenjaku sure is twisted, before Yuji asks him, why can't you just live without causing suffering? Before Yuji can get the answer he is looking for, he is caught by a slash, which brings him down to his knees. Sukuna, now indulging Yuji's curiosity, answers his question by telling him, "To me, the real question is why are all of you so weak?" Now having his eyes open to the true, cruel nature of curses, he realizes that curses are beyond refuge and replies to Sukuna's claim by telling him, "Let's see you chew me up and my suffering." Giving Yuji what he wants, Sukuna sends multiple slashes Yuji's way, but Yuji, enduring and absorbing his attacks, is able to heroically march forward towards him. Sukuna, caught off guard by Yuji's sturdiness, he is then left wide open for an attack by Yuji. As we reach the end of the chapter, we get a final panel of Sukuna noticing that his cursed energy is failing, with him saying, "Damn you, Fushiguro Megumi." With this hype chapter concluding, what will happen next as Megumi and Yuji continue to suppress and contain Sukuna? Will Yuji be able to rid the cursed Sukuna that has been causing chaos for as long as he can remember? Or will Sukuna exercise his supremacy and devour both Yuji and Megumi? And alright, guys, that is going to go ahead and wrap up my chapter synopsis for chapter 214. Now let's go ahead and move on over into my thoughts of the chapter as a whole. And whoo, my lord, guys, was this chapter absolutely hype. Oh my gosh, I know I haven't been making videos on, the chapters as I said at the beginning of the video, but guys, I've been staying tuned for everything, and I mean just everything that's transpired with the whole Sukuna and Megumi situation is just absolutely peak, man. This chapter was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, where do I even start? I mean, I guess we can just start by giving the chapter a rating, and I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 5. Like a 7 out of 5. Like, come on, guys. Like, this is peak right here, man. This is like what we've been predicting since the series has started. Since Sukuna said that he was taking a liking to Megumi. So, I mean, we're just seeing Sukuna just absolutely go crazy. We're seeing Yuji being pushed to his limits and really sort of like he's growing right before our eyes. I mentioned in the synopsis that when Yuji asked Sukuna, like, why can't curses just live normal, peaceful lives, you know, sort of parallel to humans, like, Sukuna gave a very direct and remorseless sort of answer and saying, like, you know, why, you know, instead of us living it peacefully, why are you guys so weak? You know, why does something so weak feel entitled to cling to life? And, you know, that, you know, it's kind of weird, right? Because you would have thought Yuji's perspective on curses would have been changed after the Shibuya incident, but it seems like this answer from Sukuna really sort of like flipped that switch in his head to where he's like, all right, like, you know, it seems like there's no converting Sukuna. Like, this is like, you know, I'm just gonna have to end him. So I think that was very interesting, because I think that sort of like change and metamorphosis within Yuji's character is really going to go a long way. We saw the first major shift in his personality with Junpei, but now I think this is like another big one. So don't be surprised if there's going to be like Yuji's going to have like a very sudden shift in his personality after this whole fight is taken like all over and done with. So I mean, I'm just absolutely like ready for the next chapter, guys. I don't know if you guys are, but this chapter was absolutely hype. You know, I felt like I read it, like I blinked my eyes and I was already like looking at the end of the end panel. So like, I mean, I hope they make the next chapter even longer, because this one was a nice blend of dialogue, shock with Kurosu getting her arm bitten off and presumably dying, right? Because when Yuji was looking onward, like he, like, you know, you saw splat, like, I mean, you know, implying that like she just died, like, you know, her body just exploded on impact being thrown off that building. So I mean, I'm very interested to hear your guys' thoughts and predictions, and overall what you guys think is going to happen in the next chapter. Now, I feel as though I think I could see a scenario, guys. You guys know how I am with my predictions. My predictions are usually not very far-fetched from what happens, or they are pretty dead on. But I can see a scenario where Sukuna maybe gets locked out of his cursed energy, and instead it, like, you know, he catches Yuji and like transfers back to Yuji or something like that. I could see a scenario where Sukuna gets pushed to the edge, and instead of them like exercising him and defeating him, he just swaps back to Yuji. I could see a scenario like that. I mean, depending on how the fight goes, there might even be a scenario where he just is able to use a technique to maybe manifest himself without either Yuji or Megumi, but we will see, guys. That's why it's so hype, because you just don't know what's going to happen. Like, no one would have predicted that this would have happened, so I think anything is in the realm of possibility with this. But yeah, guys, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for me in the chapter. You know, I already gave you my rating on it, 7 out of 5. You know, 12 out of 10, whatever, you know, grading scale we're using, it just absolutely surpassed it. So I'm very curious to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. I always love reading your guys' comments. You guys always drop fire whenever you guys leave a comment. So do let me know what you guys are thinking in the comment section. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen in the next chapter? And what do you think Sukuna's main goal is by swapping to Megumi, or if you think he's going to swap back to Yuji on the verge of defeat? But that's going to do it for me, guys. If you guys did like today's video, go ahead and consider subscribing if you do like anime and manga related content, as well as leave a comment for me. I always love reading your guys' comments. And if you did enjoy today's video, drop a like button. It definitely does help the channel out, and I will be back to uploading regular content. So do stay tuned and on the lookout for my Chainsaw Man and Black Clover Theory video that's going to be dropping this week. And with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and head out. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and hope to see you guys in my next video. See ya.